G'day everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got a real special episode for you today. Hey Pinto, Pinto's saying hi too. Yeah, real special episode today. We're going to be working on the pride of the fleet. It really is a throbbing packet of horsepower. Let me show you what it is. Yup, that's right. It's the mighty Mazda 2. So the story on this rig is that it spent the past 4 weeks at the local mechanic shop. They've done nothing, absolutely nothing with it, and decided to charge me $66 for the pleasure. So it's come back exactly the same way as I went down there. So now it's down to me to try and fix this rig. So the story is that starts, drives, then it dies. Starts up again, idles, then won't accelerate. So no check engine light. Just won't drive per se. So without further ado, we'll open up this awesome can of worms. So grab yourself a beer and strap yourself in for possibly one of the most frustrating episodes on this channel. Alright, so I'm going to kick it off with the basics. Throttle body cleaner, mass sensor clean, spark plugs, if I can get to them. I don't even know where they are. I'm assuming they're under this great lump of plastic here somewhere. So I'll pull those out and give them a clean, or see if they need replacing. Check the oils, check the coolant, check everything. Check fuel pressure. I don't have a fuel pressure gauge, but I'll come up with something, I suppose. Might be able to check the regulator maybe. Yeah. Alright, let's get started. Kick it off with an oil check. I haven't checked this since we bought the car, probably 2 or 3 years ago. Nah, I have. I've actually given it an oil change years ago. It's probably due for another one. This car does like 0 kilometres. Oh, it's good. It's on the money. Yeah, this car does 0 kilometres. It goes to Coles and high school and back, and that's about it, which is literally less than a kilometre away. So she's a short run kind of rig. So yeah, it's the kind of car you just walk past and hope she keeps running. But anyway, I'll start pulling some of these covers off, see what I can get to, see what I can check out. Currently it's running normally, which it does that. When it's been parked up for a couple of days, it then runs normally for a while. It's not till you give it a bit of a run that it starts playing up. So currently it's running, so I'm not going to say anything at the moment, but just do a few checks on stuff. Alright, so I've managed to pull this great lump off. It's got some kind of computer on it. All the plugs there look pretty clean, there's no corrosion there. It's got a match sensor in it, so I'll pull that out and give that a bit of a look at. See if it needs a clean or a spray. Looks pretty clean from the inside there, but yeah. Well, there's a bit of shit on the back there, but I wouldn't have thought that'd make much difference, but I'll give it a clean anyway, I suppose. I don't think I've actually got any of that cleaner, but I'll go and have a quick squeeze. Let me see what I can find. Yeah, just a bit of dirt on the back there, not much, but yeah. Alright, so I'll give it a bit of a spray down. Yeah, probably made next to no difference. Bit of crud in there. I wouldn't have thought that'd make much difference. I might just crank up the compressor and give this a bit of a blow. It's pretty clean anyway, but if a little bit helps, I suppose. Bit of crud in there I might blow out. I wouldn't mind trying to get this off. I don't know, what do you start with a chainsaw? I'll undo these. I think they're 10mm. I'll pull this off and so we get to the spark plugs. Don't want to break anything. He's probably a bit old and brittle, so I don't want to break anything. Yeah. Alright, let's get some spanners. Alright, so got all that plastic rubbish off, the air cleaner and stuff like that, inlet and stuff. We've got these individual coils directly to the spark plugs, so we'll pull those out and I'll check these plugs. They've probably never been out since the thing's been built. Nice and clean. Nothing that's, oops, broken anyway. Alright, get myself a plug socket. Looks like it's the small one. I'll get a plug socket and get back to you. Alright, so that's just the 4mm all the way. It's probably stripped now. And now it's going to come out. Great. Well, it's loose. Obviously haven't got the rubber grommet on there. I'll try and find one with a rubber grommet on it and I'll get back to you. Alright, so I couldn't find a rubber grommet, but I did find a lawnmower one with a rubber bit in it, so I'll give this a go. Probably lose the rubber grommet now, never get that out. Alright, let's have a go at that. Hey, there we go, winner. They don't look too bad for mine. I mean, they're probably quite old. It's a bit of warpage on the old bit hard to see, I suppose, but on the end there she's a bit rounded off. Maybe I should get a set of plugs for the old girl. I'll keep pulling them out. Probably find I won't have any here in town. Yeah, that one's the same. It's pretty clean. Just rounded off sort of, I don't know what you call it, a diode or whatever it's in the end there. The spark bit. So yeah, I might lash out a set of plugs for the old girl. I don't know what temperature these are meant to be, but I'll have to do some research. Yeah, that one's much the same. So yeah, I'll assume the third one's the same. Sorry, the fourth one's the same. Yeah, much the same. Yeah, just a bit sort of worn out, but very cleaned up. So, I mean, that's obviously not our issue. But while I'm here, I may as well do the righty. It's not going to solve anything, but every little bit helps. Might move on to pulling the throttle body off, and I'll give that a bit of a clean up. That's this bit over here. It's all this here, so I'll take that off and have a bit of a clean of that. Yeah, try and find some spark plugs. Alright, so after a lot of mucking around, I've managed to get the throttle body off it. Doesn't look too bad. It's got a bit of like a ring of crud around it there. I'll give it a bit of a clean up. I'm not seeing this being the issue, but anyway, I'll give it a clean up. Interesting note, it's actually got coolant actually runs through the base of this, so that's news to me. So I'm going to be pulling this TPS sensor off, have a bit of a look at that, see if I can garner anything from that. Which I have had issues with this car in the past where the throttle has played up and you just got to give it a couple of little bloody jabs and it'll come good again. So maybe that's our issue. Let's have a look and see what we got under here. It doesn't want to come off easy. I'll get a socket and I'll be back. Rattle gun scenario on that. Yeah, well, whatever that does, it's clean as a whistle. Might just be some kind of I don't know, some kind of temperature thing. Obviously it senses the coolant in there, or the flow sort of opens one side up and blocks off the other side. Yeah, probably shouldn't try and force it to move, but that's interesting. I feel like that should move. That is interesting. Where's me cleaner at? I lost that already as well. Oh, there it is. I sort of feel like that should actually do something. But I might try and get a part number and see what this is actually meant to do, because mind you that the car's working at the moment, so yeah. Well, I'll get a part number anyway, and I'll have a bit of a research as to what this actually does. See if it's meant to have movement or whether it's meant to just be solid the way it is. Oops, never see that again. Whatever it was. Ah, yeah, that's right. Could potentially change the coolant too. Seems to happen when this thing warms up, so might be an issue there related to it. I've never changed the coolant, and it seems to have this manky sort of yellow colour, so yeah. Yeah, might just give that a change out as well. Alright, cool. Let me get some plugs, get some coolant, and bring us back in. Alright, so I'm back. I went to the shops. Yeah, no spark plugs. You're going to order some in for me, so I'll be here in a couple of days. So I'll be putting the old ones back in for now. See what I can so get a single run. I'll have a look at the computer. The computer on this rig is mounted conveniently on top of the engine so as it can absorb as much heat as possible, which is just a great spot for it. So I'm just going to pull it out. It's got these. It's got these 5-star sort of headed screws on them, which I'm going to think for, but a flat screwdriver, flat bit's getting me out of trouble there. Yeah, so I'm just going to look for any swollen capacitors or any burns in the circuitry, any diodes that might have fallen apart, sort of thing. So, which may lead to a fault. There we go. Yeah. All right. So here it is here. Looking at it. Nothing seems to look out of place. Nothing looks burnt or anything, so I thought you might see a bit of bloody scaling or a bit of swollen solder or swollen up capacitor or something like that, but there's none of that, so that's all I can do with that is give it a visual inspection. Seems to be all good, it's nice and clean, so I'm just going to shove that back in again. Yeah, alright, I'll put that back in and bring us back in. So the computer's back together, put it back in the top there. So what I'm going to do now is just put all this back together again, fire it up. The guy from the parts store gave me a bit of an idea. He reckons if the throttle, I'm sort of expecting the throttle position switch, so he said if you unplug it, it should just go back to a baseline, it'll still work, rev and run sort of thing. So what I'm going to do is put it all back together, start it up. It has been running good at the moment, so if it's doing that, I should be able to unplug that and see if I can replicate the problem, and that'll indicate that this is the problem that's been planned. So I'm sort of running out of options for diagnosis, so yeah, this is what I'm down to, unplugging things until I can replicate the problem. So yeah, alright, I'll get this back together and I'll bring this back in. Alright, well it's the next day. So what's happened, ordered some plugs, never had anything. I think I said that yesterday, I can't remember. A few beverages last night. Gone straight to the brain, but anyway. But talking to Weil yesterday, he sort of brought up the fact that it sounds like it's starving of fuel, which makes sense because it's not throwing any check engine lights or anything like that. And then the other one was about eight months ago, maybe a year ago. This thing did do a fuel pump, which is in the tank, which I did replace. And recently, the sort of shortly after that, I suppose, the fuel gauge stopped working. So I'm sort of going to turn my attention to the fuel pump. So the next move is going to be dropping the fuel tank and seeing what's inside there and having a bit of a look at where things might have gone awry if that's the issue. So the other test I can do too is when I put this thing back together. I'm waiting for spark plugs obviously, but where's my bit of hose? What I can do is I've got this bit of hose, and it might be hard to see, but in here somewhere. Ah, yeah. There's actually access to the intake through this here, which I can plug this hose into, and when it plays up, I'll get it to play up. I can dump a heap of WD-40 or something in that and see if that'll make it rev, and then I'll know for sure that it's a fuel issue. But I'm going to check out the fuel pump anyway, so I might not have to do this, but just a backup idea, you know, for a bit of diagnosis. So yeah, all right, well, I'll get the jack and stands and start the entertaining job of pulling the fuel tank out. Alright, so I got this thing jacked up. Start undoing those hoses there. A couple of mounting straps there. Not quite sure. I might have to undo that from memory. Unplug these lines, and hopefully she'll just easily drop out with a bit of luck. Alright, I'll get up. I'll get it happening. Alright, hopefully these will come off, as I've already had this out before. Just got to go and get a driver. Alright, so just got a few fuel leaks. Well, slowed down at least anyway, but just see. Oh, that must be the, oh, yeah. That's got that. I'll arm myself with a jack for that. Try and get in here. Too easy. Not gonna work. Do have a 12 mil here somewhere. undo this, drop the spanner. That's the go. I meant to do that. Nope, not at all. Oh, we're going to be fiddling around here for a bit, so I'll keep going with this, and I'm going to get this tank out. I'll bring this back in. Okay, so I've got the tank out. I'm just going to get this pump out and see what we got. It's obviously going to fight every step of the way, which is great. Down, here we go. Right. What a mission. If I could pull these off. Cool. Now, let's not be difficult. Right, you're going to be difficult anyway, whatever. Righto. Let's see what we've got here. I'm not really seeing anything actually wrong with it at this point. Nothing obvious anyway. So what have we got here? So we got 4. We got 1 for the 2 for the pump. They are cracked or brittle maybe, but it'll be happening all the time, see. Alright, well, I'll just we'll try and get this pump out, give it the old bench test, see what the deal is. This gauge has been acting up too, so I can't really see anything wrong with it per se. Sort of need a screwdriver. Oh well, this is the pump anyway. So obviously, everything seems to be alright to me. But I'll disconnect it and put some battery power to it, and see if we've got anything going wrong. But it all looks pretty good to me. So this is probably just a waste of my whole afternoon. But yeah, let me try and get this pump out of this sort of casing, whatever it is, and we'll test it. Alright, so looks like I found the culprit for this rig's problems all along. Obviously I didn't use an original, that's just no words could describe what I'm looking at here, but anyway, I didn't use the original pump, I couldn't get one, so I did an aftermarket one. And this is what's left of the filter. It's completely rock solid. Bottom of the pumps are rusted, so it's dropped all the shit into the bottom of the I don't know, the sort of catch housing there. So yeah, completely stuffed. So I should be able to reuse the pump. I'll have to pull it out and clean all the rust off it. I'll have to clean that shit out of the bottom there. And I might just add a bit of plastic hose or something to it, or even just leave it. Alright, sweet as. I'll sort this out and I'll get a bit of reassembly happening. Alright, so got that back in. Now it's just a matter of putting that tank back in. I won't bore you with all the details of that. I'll throw that back in and we'll get her running and see how she goes. Alright, I'll probably tomorrow, I suppose, if it's about beer time, by the time I get the rest of this put back together. Plugs turned up, so I'll throw those in, put the rest of this back together, and hopefully we've got our little town car back on the road. Alright, well it's the next day. Spent last night wrestling crocodiles out of the car. I've got that fuel tank back in, so that's all sorted. Just got to put that fuel back in. I ended up draining the tank. I tried putting that back in with the fuel in it, but yeah, ended in tantrums and swear words, so I just took the fuel out of it, which I put back in directly. Now for the rest of it is to put these plugs back in, put this all back together again, and we'll go for a spin, see if it's fixed. Okay. Should have, oh yeah, I do, brand new plugs. This thing won't nail itself. Yeah, alright, well I'll go ahead and put these plugs. I won't bore you with all the every single plug. I'll bring this back in when I put the plug the ECU back in again, which the ECU's there, and a couple of hoses over there. Yeah, alright. Some water here. I try not to put the tap water in cars, just with radiators and stuff. The water here is very hard, full of calcium and chlorine, so yeah, I try and use the bottled water or whatever it is. Alrighty. Fuel next. Alright, get some fuel in this here rig. Without spilling it everywhere. Nope, that's not gonna happen. Great. What the hell? Helps if you don't cross thread. Yeah. Helps if you don't cross the bloody filler. Try again. Alright, move some cars around and we'll crack this puppy up and cross our fingers. I'm actually a bit nervous. I might have been stuck on the side of the road with this car, but anyway, we'll see how we go. Alright, so just dropped the missus off to work. Seems to be going alright so far. I thought I'd bring you along so if it does break down, I can well, we can all spit the nummy together is the plan, but so far seems to be going alright. So the issue was it had no acceleration, it just stall out. Seems to be going alright so far. I suppose all I can really do is drive it around for a bit because it doesn't happen all the time, so drive it around for a few days and yeah, see if it lets me down. But yeah, it's a bit of a pity, you know. It's all of these dramas is because of that aftermarket fuel pump that, like I say, lasted all of, you know, maybe 12 months at the best. I mean, all the paint and everything all just fell out. That's what blocked everything up. So yeah, I don't know. I can't remember where I got it from. Otherwise, I'd be ringing them up and letting them know how much dramas I had to go through because of their bunky fuel pump. But anyway, all right. Well, I'm at the local hardware stop. Just going to get some potting mix for the missus. So far the car's going well, so I might just call that a wrap. And yeah, thanks for watching, and yeah, next video I should be back on the Phoenix with a bit of luck, but hopefully there's no more videos on the Mazda. Alright, like and subscribe, and catch you next one.